What's up, Viking fans? And thank you for tuning in to the Skol State of Mind podcast. Now, this episode is the pre-game overview of the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Los Angeles Rams. So let's get into it. Let's talk about how our Minnesota Vikings can bounce back on a short week. Now, me personally, I'm kind of feeling how this schedule is really playing out. Now, I'm kind of over the Minnesota Vikings losing to those Detroit Lions on Sunday. And looking at the schedule, I'm kind of happy this Thursday night game fell how it fell right now because we can go to LA, get this win, and keep it pushing. You know, the practices are going to be a little shorter. We don't have to wait 6 days and hold that L for so long. We can get a W and keep it pushing. Like, I just really feel like bouncing back on a short week is so important, and it can show like the whole world that this Minnesota Viking team can really play through a lot of adversity. You get what I'm saying? Like, they can take a hard fought loss on Sunday and on a short week, travel to LA and basically, be the Rams team and keep it moving. Because one of the most important things right now for the Vikings is racking those wins. You get what I'm saying? That's the most important thing right now. And bouncing back on this short week is really, really important. So let's talk about the injury report. So as for the Minnesota Vikings, now Dalton Reisner, right now was a full participant in practice. We don't know, is he going to start at right guard this week or not? We don't know. We're not going to get into that, semantics right now. We don't know. But the person I'm looking at, on the injury report is my boy Blake Cashman. We talked about Blake Cashman, the last video, how I felt, how the middle of the field was a little bit open. Some of the defensive calls wasn't there. We kind of showed how much we missed Blake Cashman. I'm only going to talk about the notable injury players, the notable players on the injury list, right? So he was a DNP again. Now, that's starting to get concerning for me. Now, the thing about it is, too, this is a short week. Now, are the Minnesota Vikings trying to hold him out on a short week and maybe wait to next week to see if he can kind of, test the waters, with that turf toe? I don't know. But as far as the Rams, they got Cooper Kupp back. Cooper Kupp was a full participant in practice on Monday. That might be a problem for us, especially those intermediate routes in the middle of the field. That might be something for us to watch. But something else might be interesting too. Cooper Kupp is on the trading block. Word on the streets. We don't know how true that is. They say the rumor report. We ain't gonna really get into that too much right now. So let's keep it moving. Defensive dominance. All right. Brian Flores, that's my dog. We gotta get back to that defensive dominance. I'm not gonna sit in here and basically, talk about you gotta do this and you gotta do that, because I'm not a big X and O's guy. But I feel like when that defense is rolling, it's infectious. You get what I'm saying? Like, when that defense is dominant, it's like that. It makes the whole team feel good. And I don't want to like downplay, and say like the LA Rams is a non-worthy opponent, but this might be a get back game for our defense. So I feel like the Minnesota Vikings defense need to get back to that dominant level. You get what I'm saying? And if they can get back to that dominant level, then maybe the team can kind of get some of that swag back. Like, you feel me? Like, I feel like the defense has to return back to that dominance. Like, that's what I really want to see out of the defense, for this game. Now, as for the offense, coming into this game, I want to see some type of balance. And some type of balance is like, I want to see the ball spread around a whole lot more, from the pass catchers. We still have no word yet on whether TJ Hawkinson is going to play or not. We don't know yet. But we don't know yet if he's going to be activated or not. We don't know. But as of now, like I want to see the ball get spread along a whole lot more. I'm not really concerned about JJ's numbers. Some people are saying right now, like, hey, this is a down year and his numbers are down. I'm okay with JJ having a down year because we're winning ball games. We're 5-1, right? Think about the other years when JJ was dominating the league. Shit, we was winning games by 3 points. Like, miss me with that. I want the offense to get going a whole lot more. You get what I'm saying? I want the offense to get their groove back too. Like, we need to use this game as a quote unquote get back game on both sides of the ball. And when I'm talking about a get back game on both sides of the ball, I'm gonna keep it pushing to the other topic too. Both sides of the ball have to cut down on the penalties. Okay. I kind of feel some of the reason why some of the drives were cut short on Sunday were because of the penalties. The penalties kind of stalled a lot of drives. It kind of backed us up. And I believe a lot of things are about rhythm. And when you break offensive rhythm, like the offense gets kind of stagnant, like the holding penalties, the the not being set at a certain time, like Jordan Addison not checking in, like all these different things, these different penalties. I feel like we have to get a whole lot disciplined, and it's really like it's mind boggling to me too because it's like you guys just came out of the bye week and that's really a lackadaisical thing. It's like those type of penalties. It's a veteran type team. Like, come on now, like you can't have those type of penalties happen after a bye week. It shows a lot of undiscipline. So the Vikings need to get back to being a disciplined team and not have those undisciplined penalties. Like, in my opinion, because that way they can have these long, sustaining drives and get back to that Viking type football. Special teams impact. It's not really much we can say about special teams right now. I mean, as long as they don't, pretty much make a lot of mistakes, on the kickoff, in my opinion, like it's not much, but Real Riker is doing his thing. So that's about it. So let's get to exploiting the matchups. Okay. Exploiting the matchups. All right. I already talked about Cooper Cup coming back in the middle of the field. Now that's something I really, really want everyone to watch. All right. I want everyone to watch the middle of the field. And if Cooper Cup eats us up in the middle of the field and we lose this game, that is going to be a problem. All right. Because that means there is a lot of tape on how to beat this defense. Okay. That's a matchup. Now, I've been looking at some of these numbers right now, and let's look at the Rams defense, right? The Rams defense right now they're ranked 29th overall defense in the NFL, 29th, right? So I know that's basically like just overall ranking 29th, right? That's just numbers. So that's basically saying like the Minnesota offense should have their way with the Rams defense. But we do believe in any given Sunday. We do believe in that. So significantly, the Rams defense have been giving up 25.7 points per game. So we should look forward to the Vikings offense having a legitimate game, right? I hope so. I hope so. I really do. I really do. So let's get into the score prediction right now. My score prediction going into this LA Rams game, 34-17 Vikings. All right. That's my score prediction. 34-17 Vikings. Vikings come to LA, smash on the Rams, get their W back. They get their swag back. They get their dominance back. They show the whole world that, hey, we still one of the best teams in the NFC and all the NFL. We do our thing. They keep rolling. They keep stacking W's, and that's what we do. And that's pretty much all I gotta say for the preview right now. I'm gonna drop a video directly after the Rams game, and you guys know how I always end the show. Skol, baby.